You're experiencing the happiness of hearing the adhan at Maghrib time. And how happy are we? Food is brought to us, or we grab our plate, and it's time to break the fast. But before you do that, before you dig into that obvious delight, you have to make sure that you get the reward of making this incredible dua that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to make. And it's not just about gratitude, though that's part of it. It's about recognizing what just happened spiritually. You just completed an act of worship. The hardship is over, and now you're hoping that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted it. So today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to break down the dua. What is it? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he would break his fast, he would say three things. ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. Firstly, this hadith is from Ibn Umar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him and his father. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he would say, the thirst is gone, and the veins are moistened, and the reward is confirmed if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. And this is reported by Abu Dawud and An-Nasa'i. So now let's look at this phrase by phrase. Dhahaba means to leave, right? So dhahaba al-dhama, thirst is gone. It's a simple statement. Your thirst is gone. You just spent the whole day fasting, your mouth was dry, your body was dehydrated, you were decaffeinated, and finally you drink water and the thirst is gone. Now here's the thing. Person might come and say, well, what if I wasn't actually thirsty? That's what we call Abu Technicals, and Abu Technicals exist in every time and place. Even if you weren't thirsty, you still say the dua because the default with fasting is thirst, even if you weren't thirsty on that particular day. The principle of fasting is that it involves thirst. So you're acknowledging what fasting is supposed to entail, even if you didn't experience it fully on that particular day. So you say, وَابْتَلَّتِ الْعُرُوقِ. Bal means to be moistened. Your body's gotten dehydrated, especially if it's a hot day, and now you're drinking and those fluids are being absorbed through your bloodstream again. Your body is coming back to life. Your veins are being moistened. It's a physical reality, but you're stating it as an acknowledgement of what just happened to you, because this is an act of worship. And then you say, وَثَبَتَ الْأَجْرُ insha'Allah. Thabat means to be something that's established. And so you're saying that the reward, the ajr, has now been established. It's been confirmed, insha'Allah. I fulfilled the obligation. I've just completed a fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Notice the insha'Allah, if Allah wills. Why the condition? Well, you don't know for sure if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted this from you. You're hoping, you're praying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts, but you don't know for sure, and you're not going to assume. Why? Because the reward depends on the fulfillment of the conditions and the absence of any impediments. The Prophet ﷺ said, how many a person fasts and gets nothing from their fast except for hunger and thirst? Meaning they fasted, but they didn't get the reward. Why? Because they violated the fast spiritually. They backbit maybe, they lied, they watched haram, they engaged in false speech and acting upon it. The Prophet ﷺ said that whoever doesn't leave قول الزور والعمل به فليس لله حاجة يدع طعامه وشرابه. Whoever doesn't leave false speech and false actions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no need for them leaving their food and their drink. And so a person might have actually gone through the motions of fasting without actually having received the reward. And beyond that, there's even the issue of sincerity. Did you fast for Allah, or did you fast so people could think you're righteous, or because the family is doing it, or I'm traveling with a group of Muslims today and everybody is fasting and I can't break away from them to eat, right? So there's lots of scenarios where a person's fast is not sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah grant us ikhlas. And so what you're saying is, I don't know if Allah accepted this from me. I hope so. I'm trying my best, but I don't know if Allah accepted. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he said, if I knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted one action from me, it would make me more happy than anything, because Allah says, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah only accepts from the people of taqwa. And if you have taqwa, of course, then you're saved. So you say, insha'Allah, with humility, with hope, without arrogance. Now here's something beautiful though, is that the dua goes beyond just the moment of iftar. This is how life works. You know, you're tired during the fast, you're thirsty, you're hungry, it's hard, but then you break the fast and within minutes, the hardship is gone. You don't feel it anymore. It's like it never happened. Isn't that the case? And think about it. Did you fast yesterday? Did Do you remember the thirst from that day? Do you feel it now? No, it's gone. Did you pray Qiyam last night? Do you feel the exhaustion from standing in prayer last night? Taraweeh? No, it passed. Did you perform Umrah in the past 5 years? Maybe even Hajj? Do you feel the crowding, the heat, the exhaustion from walking between Safa and Marwa? No, the hardship is gone. The hardship passes. But what remains? The reward, the hasanat, the good deeds, the spiritual elevation, the transformation. That's the nature of obedience. The difficulty is temporary, the reward is eternal. But sins work the opposite way. The pleasure is temporary. The consequences are eternal. They're lasting. You watch something haram, you enjoy it for a few minutes, and then it's over. Do you still feel that pleasure an hour later, a day later? No, the pleasure is gone. But what remains is the sin, the guilt, the darkness, the black spot on a person's heart that the Prophet ﷺ warned us about. So when you say, ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله, you're recognizing this principle. The hardship of worship is temporary, but the reward, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it, is permanent. And life is full of these moments. You go through difficulty, illness, trials, hardship, and if you're patient, if you're content with Allah's decree, the hardship passes, but the reward remains. And that's why we shouldn't despair when we're going through something difficult. Say to yourself, the hardship will pass, but inshallah, the reward will remain. Now there's another hadith related to this moment, and that's that the fasting person having an accepted dua. The hadith says the fasting person has a supplication at the time of breaking the fast. And in another wording, a supplication that is not rejected. But the scholars debate whether this is actually restricted to the moment of breaking the fast, or, and Allah knows best, that's not restricted. The fasting person has an accepted supplication throughout the fast, not just at iftar. So you should be making dua all day during your fast, between Dhuhr and Asr, before Maghrib, while you're driving home, taking advantage of the fact that you're in this constant state of worship and making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't wait until the last 5 seconds or until the adhan goes off. Make dua throughout the day. And the last thing is, be present in the moment that you're breaking the fast. Remember that this is a moment of connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iftars are big social events, of course. Families get together, there's a lot of excitement, and there's always the distraction of your phone. But just make sure that for that moment, that you make this dua and you show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that you pray that this action, this great action of fasting a day in Ramadan is accepted. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us and from you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you're enjoying the videos this Ramadan. And this year we wanted to take it up another level by creating a web app through which, inshallah ta'ala, you'll be able to track your progress as you're learning these adhkar, for you to be able to hear the recitation of these adhkar, both in Arabic as well as short reflections in English, as well as gain access to our private WhatsApp community, where I'll be sharing daily reflections, inshallah ta'ala, and you'll be joining thousands of people. Ramadan is the perfect time for habit creation, and there's nothing greater than connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month. So join, inshallah ta'ala, the community at Ramadan360.org/dhikr.